This video is one of a three-part series. There are three different types of assets that you can load into your ProAssets system. The first is simple assets, where the asset is at a particular location, or there are a number of assets at that particular location. For example, 500 chairs in the school hall that are all identical. The second one is where there are identical assets, but they're spread into a number of locations within the school. And that is called a multiple asset, and it will be discussed in the second video. Then the third video would be for those assets where you want to put serial numbers against individual assets. For example, you might have 50 computers in a particular room or spread across multiple rooms, and you want to load into the system a unique serial number for every computer. So, as I said at the start, this particular video will cover the simple capturing of straightforward assets. Click on the Assets Master file. If you want to give the system if you want the system to give you a unique number for that particular asset, you can click on this button down here, which says the next auto code, and it would say to you, well, in that case, then the next order number is 0001 for that particular asset. Press enter, and now you put in a short description for the asset. So I'll put in there that it's a school desk. How many assets are at that particular location? It might be one, or it might be a number. Let's say that there were 20 of them at this particular location, 20 school desks. The barcode, if you want to use barcodes within your system, is set equal to the asset code. You don't have to do that. You can give it your own barcode numbers if you want to. And ProAssets is capable of finding this particular asset, whether you type in the barcode or scan the barcode, or you type in the asset code number. Press enter, and you get down to a full description. It might be that it's a school desk, made of wood with 4 sliding drawers. You have up to 120 characters that you can put in for the full description of it. If you go down to the next field, that is the status, and if you don't know what the status is or what code number to put in here, you can always use the lookup facility, where if you press lookup, it shows you all the valid activity status codes that you can use for this particular asset. And in this case here, I'll say it's active within the school. Notice that if I went to lookup, I could put my cursor anywhere on a line, and I could say sold, and I would click on select, and it would change the status from sold to a description of sold. But in this particular case, we want to say that the asset is active, and if you know the code number, you can type in the code number and just press enter. Where is the asset? I'll say that it's in the Princeton assets register. What area of the school is it in? I'm not quite sure, so I'll do a lookup, and I see, yes, it's in fact in the main building area, and I'll select that, and in goes the main building. What is the location? It's in the school hall. So let's do a lookup and see if we can find the school hall. School hall, there we go, and click on select, and it gets into the school hall. What type of asset is it? Because I pressed the location was hall, it says that the hall is not in the right area. It's in an area called hall. please review your data. And so I would go back there and say, sorry, it's not in the main area of the school, it's in the hall area. The hall obviously is both an area and a location because it's a very big area of the school. What type of asset? I'll say it's computers. And what group of asset? So within computers, we're looking at what type of asset this particular thing is. And in fact, computers is totally wrong because this is school desks. So let's go back up to that area there and do a lookup and look down for general furniture. General furniture and equipment, there we go. Select that. And so it puts it in as the asset type is furniture. What group? Are most likely desks. But just to be sure, I'll do a lookup, and I see in here that, there we are, desks. Just a point on the use of these lookup programs. I'll go back to the top. Say, for example, I was looking for desk. I could simply, that's in overtype mode. So if I type in there DESK and I press enter, it'll jump down to the first description that starts with desks. And in fact, that is the group that I'm looking for. And we see that it belongs to type furniture. So I can select that and it will go into there quite happily. The rest of these fields here, you do not have to fill in if you don't want to. I'll say I'm being lazy and I'll click on, I don't worry about, and I don't care who the supplier is. I'm not going to worry about depreciation. I'm not worrying about wear and tear. Asset life in years, I'll say because they're in the school hall, they'll last about 5 years. Their replacement value will be, say, 200 Rand each. And I'm not worried about putting serial numbers on these desks, and then not worried about putting license numbers on. And if you want to, you can put in a unique individual photo for this particular asset. It's a time-consuming and labor-intensive operation, but if you want your assets to be totally correct, then please take a photograph and fill in the number of the photograph in that particular area there. If you said that you wanted to do the depreciation of the value of the assets or keep their value, you'd come in here and say, I bought it on the 23rd of the 1st in the year 2012, and, oops, okay. It's asking for a depreciation type if I want to put in valuations. So I'll go back to depreciation and I'll do a lookup. And it says to me, okay, and I'll say, desks, we're going to write them off after 24 months. Now I'll be able to come down to this particular field and say, I bought them then. What was the value? They were 400 Rand each. And you'll see that it immediately calculates the depreciation value as at today's date. Number of months left, it's got in there whatever number of months are, and they're only worth 1 Rand because they've been totally depreciated between 2012 and 2023. That is how you put in a simple asset where there's one or many and they're all in one location. Now I'll leave that as the end of capturing this thing, but just so we can cover everything in detail. If you want to print out your assets list by code, you could use that option. If you want to print them by description, you could put in that one. If, for example, you came down to insurer and you had a lookup and you see it's only got Santam in there, but in fact that we use, let's say, a company called Westinghouse. There is no Westinghouse in there. So if I put in West and I said enter, it says there's no such insurance company. What you can do is you can say, yes, I know. I want to create a new code on the fly for insurer. And that new code works wherever your cursor is. So in this case, my cursor is in insurer, and I click on new code, and it goes across and says, okay, fill in your insurers. And I'll say, yes, I want West to be Westinghouse, if there was such an insurer. And once I click on update, it will store that away, put in the code West, and then description next to it of Westinghouse. And that is the finish of the capturing of my asset. I can click on update, and that asset is now stored away in the system. So I'll leave that as the video for the capturing of what I call simple assets. We exit from here, exit from ProAssets. Because we've been working, we should take a set of backups. And so we go close down, we go into system tasks, and we go down, sorry, we go into admin tasks, and we go down and we say we want to take a set of pro system backups. And it says continue. We say yes. Are you sure? Yes. Are you at the server? Yes, we are. And so it will then take very quickly a copy of your assets, and then it asks, do you want to copy that same information onto a flash drive? And we recommend that you do have an external flash drive, 1 or 2 or 3, that you put the information onto and use a grandfather, father, son situation to keep your assets going. In this case, I'll say no, and that's my assets complete. And I come out of the software, and that is the end of that particular video.